Yo, we are here for the call-in post-game show, guys. How are you? How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's good here. I'm just setting this up so you guys can call in. I will put the link in the description so everybody can call in and talk to me because there's a lot to talk about after that game. That game was definitely not the kind of game I wanted to watch. There's too much that went wrong there, too much that we need to fix. There's too much going on. Just not good. Not good overall. So let me put the link in the description, guys. Join me if you're around. If you have a camera and a microphone, call in and join me, and I will get you on the show. Give me 1 second here so I can get the link and get you guys on. Let's see. Where? Okay. Where is the link? Where is the link? Invite. There we go. Copy that link and let's get you guys on. So I'll put it in the description right now so you guys can check it out for yourself and call in. Guys, we gave them the ball for literally the whole second half. The whole second half they had the ball. We could not control that game. We had zero control of that game and it was pretty sad. So it's obvious to me that this January is going to, it's unsustainable to do that, right? It's absolutely unsustainable, not realistic. There's no way we can keep doing that and actually winning games. So we have to do something about it. And the only time we can do something about it is this January, like now. And give me 1 second. I don't see you guys as chats. I'm just getting in contact with the chat here. Bro, what is it with the chat? Like, why can't I connect the chat? Anyway, it's all good. Call in, come join me so we can talk. Anyway, so this January we got to do something about it, right? We have to. There's no way we can survive playing like that for the whole rest of this season. And top 4 is there for the taking. I'm glad we won. Where does that put us on the table? I'm glad we won because that definitely moved us up the table a little. We are in 5th place up the table, but we're 1 game ahead of everybody else. So after, this week's games, we probably won't be in 5th place anymore. But, dude, we can't. What do you mean there's no link? The link should be in the description. Okay, here. I'll put the link in the chat. Give me 1 second. Be cool. Come on. Let me I'll put the link here in the chat. I thought it's in the description. The link is in the description. I'm looking at it right now. But there's a link. Yeah, if we don't buy players, we're done for. There's no way that this is going to work out with us not buying any new players. It's just not going to happen. Come talk to me. Let's talk. What players do you think we need to get? What did you like about this game? What did you not like about this game? Obviously, we played in a completely different formation. We played a little bit different when it comes to like our style, but it wasn't that different. But I think the differences in style came up to personnel as opposed to like because of the different formation. I saw a lot of things that I liked. I saw a couple of things that worry me. And the second half was completely worrisome. I don't even know what I'm going to get out of watching that game again for the second half. The first half, I'll probably learn a lot of things. That second half is almost not worth watching again because there's nothing to learn from watching that second half other than how bad our players are and how we give up control. We couldn't hold on to the ball. Guys, the phone lines are open. If you got a camera, if you got a microphone, come join me. Click on the link. Get in here. Let's talk. Let's do a quick post-match review and wrap up, and then we'll go join Andy on Footy with an Edge. Just realized we had a clean sheet. Ayush, 100%, right? Because it didn't even feel like we had a clean sheet, did it? It didn't feel like that because we gave them control over the ball and over everything for so long that it just didn't feel like we had a clean sheet, right? And so I don't blame you for not noticing. I forgot that we had a clean sheet. That's our second clean sheet all season. We haven't had that many clean sheets. It should be something that we definitely what do you call it? Definitely talk about because it's not something that happens. Ray's here. He's waiting in the lobby. I'm gonna let him in. Let's get him in here. Ray, how you doing, man? How are you?
Hey, Simmons, can you hear me? Make sure my mic works.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Cool. I'm Nightwing, by the way.
You're Nightwing,
I'm Nightwing. Nice to meet you.
dude. Thank you for getting a camera, bro. Like I know I've seen you on Andy's channel, but I don't think you had a camera on.
Usually because you guys they're doing it during work time, so I don't want to have my camera on work.
Nice. All
I
right,
just I
talk to
just
me.
hopped off Andy's and I told him I need to come here because I know where you're gonna. It's a 1-0 win. Let's be happy. 24 hours. Can we be happy about a 1-0 clean sheet on Boxing Day? Like
You're
I,
gonna
I was
call me
listening,
out?
like I was going
Okay.
back and forth between you and Andy in the second half, and it's just like we're holding them off. We held them off for for 55 minutes.
How was Andy in the second half? Was he like me or was he happier?
He was happy. Like he was just like, let's hold them off. We can hold them off. We'll hold them off,
Yeah,
and
but I don't think it's sustainable. Do you know what I mean? Like,
so it's not
bro.
about
By the way,
sustainability
this has
sometimes,
nothing to
man. You
do.
can we can be
This
happy
has
for a
nothing to do
win.
with like disagreeing with people. Of course, I'm happy for the win, but like I'm the kind of person who's like, okay, how are we going to guarantee a top five finish this season? Like I'm very much a future planner. I mean, you got to remember like kind of what I do for a living. We're, I don't get to be happy for wins until we win the last game of the season. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like
Yeah,
when
and
you're
so
always thinking the next game. You're always thinking the next game. You're always thinking the next game. That's the world I live in.
I
Do you get
live
what
in
I
that
mean?
world
Like
too. I think I see it a little bit differently than you. Where for like when everyone's saying, "Oh, we need to fire Amarin after his first 6 weeks or whatever," I'm like, let's wait till the end of the season and make the assessment on the totality of his games and stuff. But the way sports works for me is, yeah, we wait till the end of the season to make assessments and everything like that. But we can take a game to be happy about a game. And is it sustainable? Probably not. But this is the first clean sheet we've had in a long time, and it came on Boxing Day, and we didn't have 8 players who are important to us. So we beat a Newcastle team that had Joe Linton coming off the bench, who had I forgot who other the other subs that they had, but they were a good team today. I mean, they had possession the
Willock,
entire second half,
Wissa,
and we held them off.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you're right, and I need someone like you sometimes. Actually, I have assistant coaches where I work who are kind of they do that with me too, where they remind me like, hey man, the because sometimes I'm already talking to the player about the next one, and they're telling me, hey, you need to like celebrate with the player first and talk about that tomorrow.
You got to be. There's a part of it like
Um,
with the sports, especially with fandoms. It's they want it to be the best it could possibly be, but sports sometimes the other team wins, sometimes we tie, and you have to be present to be happy about this because I think for me there's two happinesses. One, we won. Two, we caught a clean sheet. Lamans was really good, and whatever anyone says, Ugarte played well that second half. Dorgu was probably our best player offensively and defensively, right wing in the offensive first half, and left wing back in the second half because he ran the entire however many minutes he played today. We
yep.
lost Mason Mount and we kind of lost our offensive flow when he went off, but we got the clean sheet, and I'm very happy
You're
because
hundred
it's
percent. You're 100% right.
you
I'm
gotta you
I'm
gotta it's
totally
be present with this one. We can talk about what we need to sign in January, who's possible tomorrow, and that's another hour of content we can get into, and how you can say how Dorgu is probably the solution we need when Bruno moves on, when I finally get him out of this team that you and I always disagree on. But man, it was good. Yeah.
it's not as much of a disagree as you think. Like
No, you
I
and I
am
don't disagree on it. I just think for me, it's I don't need to talk about it now when he's probably going to be gone in the
yeah, you're
summer.
and I understand that. It just came up in conversation on a podcast, so it just became a thing that everybody wanted to talk about, not just us, but the comment section. Everybody it's such a polarizing issue that I think is interesting to talk about also. But getting back to this game, in your eyes, what did we do better and what could needs improvement?
We weren't as strained as we have been defensively. A lot of times when the other team bombards us with a lot of stuff, we do sometimes just we succumb at least once or twice. And I felt that with Lissandra back there, alongside Heaven, they were really good at keeping things calm, especially on that back line. We it kind of got frantic at the very end there once Lissandro came off, but I thought that was really good. And Ugarte played really well, which I'm very happy for, because if Ugarte plays well, that's good for the team because he is the one who gets a lot of stick a lot. So he played well. I thought he was very good defensively for us. And then a worldie from Dorgu. I mean that was a great hit from him. So those are the things that worked well. Not perfect, but good enough. And sometimes that's all we get.
Yeah, for me, it was the Dorgu Delo relationship on the right side was actually really good. I thought it was better than what they've done alone on their own sides. Like whenever we play Delo on one side and Dorgu on the other side, I'm always the first to complain about how not good they are or not effective they are. Whereas playing them together on the same side actually made them both really, really good. I think Dorgu is actually better as a midfielder than he is a fullback, let's say. Because, when you play wing back, you have to play both sides, right? So when you're playing as a wing back, you're playing as a fullback, and you're playing as a winger. And I thought today Dorgu was a better winger because he was confident that Delo had his back. And that just, it gave him a lot more freedom to just go and try things and do things. And I just thought his positioning was better too because, again, Delo had his back. And then Ugarte, this is probably the best I've seen him play in at least, 10 games that he's played in?
Most likely since the end of last season, I think it's his best game where he didn't really have a major turnover that led to something and no big yellow cards that led to something. Right?
Yeah, I thought he did really, really well. I like Sheshko's positioning and
Sesko this close. He should have hit that last one.
Yeah. And that would have made me a lot happier since you're asking me, to be happy. I think if we would have had 2 goals, I could have watched that second half with a little less anxiousness and stress.
And I said that in the chat in the first half, right? I said getting the first one's never been our issue. It's always getting the second one. We never get comfortable 100%. With a 2-0 lead. So
100%, and that needs to be solved. And I think that's what they were trying to solve with Semenyo, which is not going to happen. It looks like, but I think that's exactly what they were going for. I think that, man, and I can't stop beating this drum, and maybe it's premature drum to beat because we still have another 10 days left before the window opens. Not really. We got, a week left. I think the drum I'm going to beat is that we have to show that we're willing to go into the market this January. And I don't think that it can be like a Band-Aid fix with like a loan move or a player of Dorgu's caliber, let's say, which we did 2 Januaries ago or last January. I can't remember anymore. Wait, was Dorgu last January or 2 Januaries ago?
Last January, I thought.
Last January, you're right, yeah. I don't want one of those, right?
You don't want a Weghorst?
No, man. I don't want a Weghorst. I don't want an Igalo. I don't want a Sabitzer. I don't want to. I mean,
you want a Bruno?
I want a Bruno Summer, man. By the way, Nightwing, I'm gonna let Nelson in here.
This guy.
What's wrong with Nelson, man? I love.
No, Nelson's good. We always give each other crap on Andy's too.
What's up, Nightwing?
What's up, Nelson?
Same fight, new arena.
Let me decrease my volume. 1 second.
So, Nelson, bro, talk to me. What was good? What was bad?
Good.
And you got to be liking the formation. You got to be liking the shape.
Oh, of course. I like the shape in the first half. I didn't like the second half. I liked
what shape in the second half?
When we switched back to a 3-back or 5-back or whatever we moved into, it was too defensive.
I don't think that was by choice. Like, I think that was because Newcastle kept throwing players onto our back line. Like, if you look at their setup, it was a 3-1-7. And when they have 7, and those 7 were finding gaps against our 7.
Yeah, but don't you think we started losing the moment Casemiro left?
No, I feel like we lost it when Mount came off. The first half, the second half was
Mount. Yeah. Mount's legs.
Me, I noticed like the gaps in our midfield happened the moment Casemiro left. For me, because I noticed there was like an interchange between Gordon. For the first time, I saw Gordon in space. That whole game, I was like, "Oh no, here we go. Here comes a goal or something." But to be honest, I agree with I was called Ray Nightwing, but now I'm going to call you Ray. But Ugarte played amazing that game. Like, he can't pass. That's not what I care about. I care about do your tackles, what's it called, like tactical fouls, stuff like that. I think Ugarte, if it's Dogu's definitely our man of the match, but Ugarte's right there for me because his constant running is one of the reasons why Bruno Guimaraes had a quiet game. Tonali was absolutely nowhere this game. When Willock and them came in, I think we started seeing a little bit more fragility in our midfield, but I still think we played well.
To be fair, I had a lot of people in my chat saying that Tonali was ineffective in the first half because of Mount.
Oh, Mount?
Not because of Ugarte. By the way, guys, let me know if my audio is better. I try to turn it up. Somebody said my audio is too low. Shant, if you're there, bro, I can't get the chat to link up to this stream either. If you if you can help me out with that, help me out. But I understand if you're busy, bro. I saw you in the chat is why I said it. But anyway, yeah, my chat we're seeing Mount follow Tonali around in the first half. Maybe in the second half when Mount was gone, that was on Ugarte, and that's why you're saying that. Mm-hmm. But if you rewatch the first half, you'll watch Mount shadow Tonali.
I think overall, when that midfield was just completely negated, like Jacob Ramsey didn't do anything. Joelinton at least tried something, but you could even see Ugarte kept hounding him down so he doesn't get into rhythm, even though he did lose a couple physical duels. I think, let's be honest, any of us would have taken a win this game. I thought we were going to get battered. I saw them play against Chelsea, and I was scared because Newcastle got robbed against Chelsea. So I honestly believed if they're going to play a fraction of that game, we're going to lose. But credit to these guys, man. Like, we're what, fifth at the moment?
Yeah.
That's a good position to be in.
Yep.
Can I ask, because I don't think I caught you guys in the beginning of the season, where did you guys predict United would finish at the end of the season?
8th.
Based off of last year.
9th to 7th.
Okay, 9th to 7th. And here, CMX, this is where I always get on you about being present in it. We're 5th. That means we're doing a lot better than what we're expected to be. I know you're waiting till the end of the season, but we're above expectations right now.
That's not even what I'm saying. That's not even where I was going to go with it. Ray, I expected 9th to 7th if the Premier League played the way they played last season. You got to admit that the points right now aren't exactly the way they were last season. Mm-hmm. You got to admit that other teams are underperforming. Other teams aren't playing. You can't say no, Ray.
But we are also underperforming. You guys say it all the time on your streams that we're underperforming.
But I want to solve our underperforming problems. I hope they never solve theirs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about them. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, but the point is, if they were not underperforming, I don't think we're 5th, bro. No. I don't think we're 5th if they're not underperforming.
Well. What a dog shit game that was. 2 Sunday League teams coming out, pretending to be footballers, trying to play football. We had an overperforming Dorgu. We had an underperforming all of Newcastle, right? We had a pit bull in the midfield that's trying to prove everybody wrong, and Ugarte biting at people's ankles, which made it literally allowed us to win the game. But for us to say that we played football, we did not play football, brother. We were playing volleyball.
You include the first half too?
I include everything after the 40th minute.
No, because the first half, we completely dominated them.
Yeah, because you had somebody that could progress the ball in Mount. Yeah. And then you took Mount off, and then you couldn't play football anymore.
To be honest, that's one thing I think Amrim needs to adjust. His in-game management, it has been like really poor to me. And it's not just this game. This is actually a good game, but
who was he supposed to put in there? There was nobody he could have put in that position.
Let's see. So he took out Mount for who? Who came in for Mount?
He put Fletcher.
Oh my days.
Who else are you supposed to put in there?
Yeah, you can't play anyone else.
I thought Xerxes would probably have been better there at that time.
Listen,
play Sheshko?
How How is Xerxes a professional footballer? Can we talk about that? I
He gets
have no
paid
clue.
for playing football
But why does he get paid for playing football?
because
No,
he's
but
better than
Edco,
about
bro,
98% of the people who play football. in
I
the
think
world.
he's only
you
better
got-
about 91% of the players that play football.
No, like 99
He's
probably.
like maybe
gotta-
he's gonna be good at fives or something because he can't play professional football.
No, dude,
No,
you
I
can't
think
say
that's
that.
harsh.
Yeah, that's very harsh. He's gonna be really good once he moves to Roma. Like,
Yeah.
it depends on like you got to think of like players for leagues. Like, he's gonna be a really good footballer when he plays for Roma.
Yeah.
I got no doubt about that.
Listen,
Well,
I don't
what-
care. I don't care where they're gonna be good. I care about who's gonna be good for us.
Yeah, but you can't say how's he a professional footballer.
In the Premier League, yeah, I can.
You didn't say that though, right? Like you're saying that now because I made a point, and then you're like in the Premier League. And by the way, if Xerxes played for like, I don't know, Burnley, he'd be fine. But
Yeah.
because he plays for
I
us,
actually think it'd be fine for Brentford. I
yeah,
think
he'd
the
be fine. Yeah,
way we play is, it just doesn't work for him at all.
yeah, at all.
You
at
can't
all.
play the ball to space for him. Like that's not his game.
The way we play doesn't work for any striker.
True.
That's
I
not
agree.
true.
No, I
I'm just
agree.
saying, in general, personal responsibility, he doesn't take any on. He comes on and he just lags a daisical the whole time. My
I'm not
opinion.
sure about that, but
Nah.
respectfully disagree.
Yeah, I disagree with
I
that
can't-
one.
it's
Yeah.
hard- I don't know if I
Xerxes,
can
Xerxes,
agree with that.
Xerxes and Sesko both have to fight off their main big center backs when they're trying to come back for possession.
Yeah.
And we try to treat that as lazy or indifference when it's it's like really hard to do because you have to be strong and you have to be able to play the ball on your feet and
Yeah.
find a person to pass to. That's
Yeah.
not easy.
You see how many times the
Sesko
ball
makes it
gets
look
to
easy.
because it's
Sesko does it
6'5".
sometimes, and people still complain about Sesko.
Yeah.
Like,
People
doesn't
don't
matter.
know. I complain about Xerxes because he doesn't try. It looks like he doesn't try.
Yeah, people said
think-
the same thing about Pogba too.
True. People have
That's
an
a style.
issue.
That's a
People
style
have
of
an
play.
issue with like I remember. Let's even go back. Berbatov. People hated how we played when we had Berbatov. People with that languid style. Martial, we had the same thing. He doesn't try hard enough. Like I think that's really harsh to say about Xerxes, specifically in the style that we try and create chances, where it's either one crazy long ball. We don't really try to implement like quick interchanges whenever he's in play. We try and just hoof it up to him. Sheshko seems to be better because, let's be honest, that's kind of how he played in Leipzig. It was a lot of long balls to him, which he then would pass over to Openda. Go and see how many Openda goals he got. It was literally that specific tactic. It's why we bought him, to be honest. But I agree with you on this thing, Ed. I think he's not good enough for our squad. He definitely should be moved on.
I think he's fine. I think he's fine for a rotation player. You can't
no.
have the best players in every single spot. If he's off a rotation player where we're holding a lead, he's fine. He's not gonna light up the score sheets or anything like that. He's not gonna lead the league in goals. But if that's your expectation for a guy coming off the bench, then our expectation is too high for him.
I
Guys, I want you guys to get your final thoughts in because there's people waiting in the lobby. I was waiting for everybody to get there. But
I have one, then I'll get out.
There you go. Go for it.
This is a sarcastic question, but you think Amarin or whoever people want the manager to be will have a hard choice when Andre Onana comes back off loan? Will that be a tough decision?
You had me for a second.
Nelson, that's a joke, Nelson. I'm not serious.
At first, I'm like, what
I saw your face.
I literally had to think, who's
like,
Andre
what?
Onana? I was like, oh, Andre Onana.
When he comes back off loan, Lawman is safe, you think? All right, I'm
Bro,
done.
I hope he doesn't come back on loan. Off loan. Like, I hope he never comes back off loan.
May stay in
Yeah,
Turkey.
he could play in midfield for us.
I thought that's where he used to play.
Remember, guys, we
my final
won
thought-
1-0. Clean
My
sheet.
final thought:
It's a good thing.
you
Go
can't
for
win
it.
you can't win. Okay, we won today's game playing football for 40 minutes, but you can't win every game playing football for 40
Yeah.
minutes. That's plain and simple. If it continues like
that's-
this, it's gonna be a nightmare to watch because that last it was like I was just hoping the ball wouldn't go in. We were defending with our left and right wingers. It was a very, very tough game. You could tell, But if they had more quality and if they weren't bottle merchants more than we are, they would have scored 2 or 3 easily.
And the stupid move of bringing in Wissa when they were going to continue crosses instead of keeping Voltemade. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he's such an idiot. But
He's
to our benefit, to
he's
be honest.
he's a vibes type of manager. He doesn't really tactically do anything. He just goes out there. Like I heard him yell at the at his lads, pass and move, pass and move. What are we fucking an under U11 team? Is it a U11 team? You got to tell him that. That's your tactic, pass and move. Like what are you doing? Thank God it was Newcastle. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. That's why we can't
in front of you.
This. And also, give Amarim a 10-year contract right now.
Nightwing is right though. We did win, and I think we're being a little bit too harsh. And I'm always guilty of that. Like I'll tell you that right now. Like I know that. I'm like that in my own career, in my day-to-day life. I'm always never taking a moment to just breathe and celebrate the victories. Always worried about what's coming next. That's just me.
It is right now, guys.
I'm happy we won.
Last year we were 15th. We were terrible.
I'm happy we won.
Wins are rare.
I'm happy we won too, but it can't continue like this. Is what I'm saying. And
no, 100%.
You could be
happy for like 24 hours.
You
right?
could be happy for the next 12
hours.
hours.
Be happy for 24 hours
until you watch the other teams play tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to remember, like Nightwing's coming from a place where I try to remind myself is that I am a fan. Like I'm not actually working for Manchester United. Like this. Right. It's their problem to solve. They're the ones that need to go to bed worried, like I'm worried now, and I should be enjoying my day off, and the fact that we won. Nelson, you got something to add, man?
No, I'm just happy. I'm honestly just happy that we won this game. I thought we were going to get battered. Amarim, let's be honest. You have to give him credit. Like he played well. He structured well the first half. I don't agree with the substitutions. Maybe man was injured, or maybe he was tired. But his in-game management is, to me, I know it's just this game, and this game is harsh, but the fact that I've seen it happen over and over and over again is my point of concern. Like, he clearly struggles when it comes to figuring out what he should do in that time. If you bring out Mount, maybe bring in Lissandro up front and bring in Euro behind him. I don't know. But at this point, I was like, I'm just happy that we won. Like at this point, that's all I care about.
He doesn't have the personnel to bring in right now with all the injuries. He just doesn't.
Yeah.
I think he did as well as he could in that sense. I think he did way better than their manager did. I'll tell you that for free. And he needs a 10-year contract. That's all I'm gonna say. He needs a 10-year contract.
Lissandro played almost 90 minutes, man. That scared me.
I will see you guys soon. I'll be on Footy with an Edge here in a couple minutes, but I'm going to get some other people in that are waiting in the lobby. Thank you so much for coming on. And I'll talk to you soon. See you guys. All right, let's let everyone else in. What is up? Ayun and Toby. Toby, do you have a camera, Toby, or no?
Yes. I've got a camera. Let me turn my camera on.
Okay, we'll
what's
wait
up,
for you.
what's up,
Go ahead. What's up? What's up, man?
All right.
All right. What's up, man? Toby, how was your Christmas? You were on my show last week, and I think you had some roosters in the background.
Yeah. Yeah.
The chicken man.
How was Christmas, man? Are those roosters okay?
I'm not so sure they're okay, but Christmas was fun.
Yeah. Ayun, what's up, man? Thank you for calling in, buddy.
No, man. How you doing? I heard that's not a good question for you. Asking you how you doing.
No,
I watched the last podcast.
Yeah. So the point is, like, let me explain that for a little bit. I always tell, like, Andy and James, I'm like, every podcast starts with somebody asking the other person, not just ours, like every podcast, how you doing? And the answer is always the same. I'm good. How are you? I'm good. I'm like, it's so boring. Can we just like get right into the show? Because you know how like the Joe Rogan podcast, right? They just get right into it. You know what I mean? They don't sit there and be like, hi, how are you? Because the answers are always the same. No one's ever going to go, I'm not doing good. You know what I mean? So they like to make fun of me. But I like it, man. I like anything that makes people laugh, even if it's because they're going to laugh at me. If they're going to laugh at me, that's fine. As long as you're happy and laughing, I like it.
I hear that. In this game, I'm going to tell you, like, I was pulling my hair out, when he made that substitution of Casemiro. I honestly like say, if I was in charge, he would have been gone tonight. Because there's no way you making those type of
One of you guys
decisions.
has the one of you guys has the echo on, guys. One of you guys has the
I
YouTube
don't
on or something.
Hold on.
I wasn't hearing it before. Let me try this.
think
Let me try
mine-
muting one of you. And then, hello, Ayun, talk to me.
Yeah, is it on my end?
Oh, Toby, you're the problem because I muted you and it went away. So, Toby, make sure you're listening to it on. Yeah, you're the problem. Yeah, I can hear myself echoing. All right, I'm gonna mute Toby for a second until he figures it out. Ayun, talk to me, man. So Casemiro coming out was the thing that made you angry.
Yeah.
You thought that. So you wanted Ugarte out? Is that what I'm hearing?
Honestly, no. I did not want neither of them out because I think they were doing well at that time. I'm like, you still at least got 20 minutes out of them before you can have to make a decision in that midfield. Because like it wasn't like immediately as soon as we came back from halftime that Newcastle were on top of us. It wasn't like that. It started that way, and I think that's why he reacted and got Casemiro out and bring the fresh legs in. But I don't think it would have been Casemiro you take out. You should have stayed with them if you want to reassure something, or you should have put like Martinez back into midfield and put Euro in as the center back and keep the back four. What you did, it created more pressure, and I'm surprised Newcastle did not score. The amount of pile-on they did on us was bad. But I came down, I started watching the game, and I realized they were not going to score. That's one thing I like. I don't think I've been mentioned yet. The way that defense was playing, especially Heaven and Martinez and Dorgu, I don't think they were going to score. We could have still playing. I don't think they would have scored.
That's a great shout, man. I'm embarrassed that I'm not the one who said it. So good job, Ayun. I think that is true. I think we're not giving enough credit to these young men. These young men did a good job. Young men and Licha, did a good job. And Shaw, I guess, is not young. I guess the only young man was Heaven, but Heaven did a fantastic job linking up with Licha and Shaw, and they were really on it today. Yeah. And I'll even say when Euro came in, Euro wasn't doing bad either. I mean, he was chasing down people out on the wing. He didn't do the dumb mistake he did last week by leaving Morgan alone. The defense was solid, and the goalkeeper was really good too. He came out for a lot of crosses.
It's been a long time since I've seen my goalkeeper just dive beyond the 8-yard box to get the ball. It was incredible.
Toby, dude, I tried to unmute you again, and I could hear Ayun echoing again, man. I don't know what's going on there. Like, check all your windows and make sure you don't have a YouTube window open.
I think I know what the issue might be. Outside, is that better?
Hello, testing.
Hello, testing.
No, still hear it. Still hear it. Ayun, you hear me too, right?
Still here. I hear me too, right?
I can also hear myself.
Yeah,
I can also hear myself.
Oh wow.
If you want,
I don't
Toby,
know
if you
what's
want,
going
log
on.
off and log back in. I'll let you back in.
Log off and log back in.
Yeah, log off and log back in. I'll let you back in and see if that works. Maybe it's something in the setup. Ayun, yeah. So I was like you. I wanted to tear my hair out for the whole second half. I was thinking we can't just give them the ball for this long. But unlike you, I didn't feel like they weren't going to score. But that's because I'm a nervous wreck. I just am, right. I'm gonna be stressed out as you know, as somebody who's watching this. I go, look, the law of probabilities. If we keep giving them 15 corners, how many corners did they have in the second half? That was a crazy number. If we keep giving them corner after corner, yeah, they did. They had at least 9. No, like they probably had double digits. And I kept thinking if one of these corners is gonna go in.
Yeah,
it was scaring me.
One of the reasons also I felt that they were not going to score is because they do what we do. We take out a aerial threat and then we start crossing. That's what we do. That's what we're special at. Every single game we take out Sesko and then we start crossing balls in the air in the box. And today the roles were reversed. They're the one doing it. They took out Voltemada and all of a sudden crosses are flying in left and right. and he's not like the aerial threat is no longer there. He can put like I don't know how the coach saw Heaven manhandle Voltamada and think, oh, Visa is going to do better. I didn't think that how that, and and that's the point it was made earlier. To say that their manager didn't help them at all. He didn't do correct substitution because he just went like for like, and seeing how the game was, he didn't change the game at all. Where I was, I think he tried to lose that game because the substitution, the only substitution I agree with actually is Shaw because Shaw has not played fullback in like 2 years.
Yeah, but you can't tell me you weren't nervous about Malasia.
No, honestly, that's what I'm saying. I didn't think you would bring Malasia on. I'm like,
Yeah.
put one of the other Fletcher's brothers in, who's a more like defensive nouns than his brother, and put Dogu back on the other side. His substitution to me just didn't make sense. Like for example, Jack Fletcher is a good player. He's going to be a good player, but it should have been like a Xerxes coming on for Mason Mount because Xerxes is more like a 9.5. It's not really a number 9, and
Yeah, I understand that.
he can press in that little tight spaces that we were putting trap for them, especially that Mount is really good at. What you did, you brought a young kid in, and as soon as they came in, they realized that this kid can't track us like Man could, or he doesn't have the ability to smell where the spaces are behind him, and they start exploiting that, and that's where like people said it before. That's where Tenali started coming into game, because the first half Tenali was completely out of the game. He was on the wing, trying to get space because Mount and Cunha kept dropping in that midfield, and we had almost a midfield 4 with Dogo being the outlet, and they didn't have space in there. That's why like Gamarich was trying to find space on the wide. Tonali was trying to find space in wide areas because how well midfield was set up, and that's one of the reasons why I also mad when they started making that substitution.
Yeah, I think Casemiro coming out was a little bit confusing to me too. Honestly, I have to rewatch the game and just see why he may have, because even Casemiro was confused. Toby, what are your thoughts about the game, bud? Go ahead, you get your chance to talk. What's going on?
All right. So there are a couple of things I want to address, like the Casemiro thing. I feel like even before Casemiro went off, we were already getting pressured. Like the team was already getting pressured. So it's not as confusing to me because I feel like it was just shifting to, okay, let's just defend this. Even at that point, was shifting to let's just defend this. So I feel like that was where his mindset was. So it's not as confusing to me. I feel like when it's confusing is when you're thinking, oh yeah, let's still go on and try and win this. But at that point, I don't know what happened with Mount, but I suspect that he might be injured. Perhaps maybe we should listen for the post-match conference. So I feel like he might be injured. And if that's the case, because the moment Mount came off, the team kind of fell off. And once the second half started, we didn't really have much going for us. We were just like being played out of the park, although we did keep our back quite solid for the most part. But so I feel like the Casemiro substitution was in response to what he was seeing happening, given the fact that we're no longer competing when it comes to the attack. So, and there isn't a lot of attacking bodies that I can bring on at that point. Even Xerxes, when he came on, it wasn't fast and it was very slow. So instead of going for the attack at that point when the performance already dropped off, he went for the defense, and that's what we saw. So I feel like that's why he brought out Casemiro and brought in the guys like did. He was mainly thinking, let's just defend this, and we did, and that was good at least. And also, I want to mention something. One issue I had was the issue where I forgot who said that, saying they could have scored like a couple of goals in the second half. I don't like when United fans say that, especially in a game like today's game. We had everything in the first half going for us, and then in the second half we didn't have much going for us. You didn't say United could have scored 2-3 in the first half, but you say Newcastle could have scored 2. Of course they could have, and we could have as well, but nobody did, and that's the point of the game. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like giving credit where there's no credit due. Yes, they could have, but we could have ended the game in the first half as well. We didn't. They didn't. That's it. 1-0.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're 100% right. And also, it's like taking away credit from the goalkeeper, from our defenders, and all the good work that they put in. I mean, that's work too, right? It's not just offense. We put in the work for defense, and we deserved that clean sheet. And I'll be honest, like I was the first one. I forgot. Somebody told me we got a clean sheet today, and I went, "Oh my God! I forgot to mention that. I forgot to celebrate that because that's only our second clean sheet of the season." That's a big deal. That's a huge deal.
That is second shit for Laments also. The first one was against Sunderland, and this is the second one since they start playing. And yeah, it is a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not easy to get clean sheets in this league. It's obvious. It's been proven, especially for us, to get clean sheets. And I will say that the more we have Licha on the pitch, I think the more clean sheets Lamens is going to get, because I think Licha did a fantastic job today. And I love what Heaven did too. And I feel like Licha is probably the kind of player that Heaven wants to play next to, because I think Licha talks a lot. I think that he had the captain's armband on in the second half. I don't know.
No, he started with it.
Oh, he started
with it. Yeah, he started with it.
Okay, good, because I didn't pay attention in the first half who had it. So the fact that he started with it, that tells me a lot about his leadership skills, and I'm sure Amarim sees it in training, that he's probably teaching Heaven the ropes. He's probably being like a big brother to Heaven, or the kind of player that Heaven can learn from. Because I see a lot of Heaven's aggressiveness, like I see a lot of Licha's aggressiveness in Heaven. Yeah. The way he closes down, the way he sticks his foot in. I mean, he put his foot in Walter Maida a couple of times today. And I'm loving it. I'm loving that. That's something to celebrate for sure.
Yeah. By the way, guys, like Euro, I don't know what's going on with him, man. Like he seems very nervous these days. Like he used to be so much better. He used to be like that star player in the defense, but I don't know I think it's a mentality thing. Like Euro isn't the same Euro that we used to have. He seems very nervous. He always wants to get the ball out of his feet. He seems like I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that I'm seeing Evan now, and I'm also comparing him to Evan, and they're obviously like very different kind of players. But
it's
like
not just
he seems very nervous. It's not the same type of player we used to have before.
It's not just that. I think you're right. I think it's a mentality thing. I think he made a big mistake 4 or 5 games ago. I can't remember exactly, but he got taken out of the game, and he was sitting on the bench shaking his head. He was very angry. He was like kicking things. And I think ever since then he started questioning himself a little bit, and everything is happening a little quicker. He's trying to, he's putting his body in these positions prematurely, and like one of the goals he gave up 2 games ago against Everton, was it 2 or 3 games ago, whatever it was, against Everton, he's trying to take people to the outside, but they still had the lane to the inside. They go inside and they make the goal. He did the same thing against Aston Villa. On one of the goals, he turned his body in a way to try and usher someone to the outside, but actually the inside was wide open. Like, you've got to first make sure you're in that inside lane, then turn your body to the outside. It's just too early. It's nerves. It has to be nerves, and it has to be mentality. Yeah. I think the kid is a quality player. I really do. I just think he needs some time off the pitch.
I agree with you. Like 100%. His is not talent-wise. His mentality and confidence. People forget how important confidence is to athletes. And once you start making mistakes, it's not that like you all of a sudden you forgot how good you are. Is that you're anticipating mistakes, so you want to overcorrect early. And once you start overcorrecting early, you create more mistakes that you didn't know you were aware of. And the cycle just keep repeating itself. And that's why it's good to try and, hey, you're a good player. I need you to sit here for a couple of games. Just take that mistake out of your mind, and then we'll start again, restart, refresh. There's a reason why people say, like, confident is like, there's a lot of confident players. Like, when they are confident, you think nothing can stop them. And there's some players, when that hit, they forget every single fundamental they were taught when they were a kid. And that's what is happening with Euro right now. On top of playing in a system he didn't grow up playing. From his childhood, like under 9, all the way to the first team, he never played in 3 in the back. All of a sudden, he's trying to cover up for spaces that he never saw when he was playing, when his football development was happening. So all of a sudden, mistake on top of mistake compound with maybe a lack of understanding of the system, and he created more problem than it actually is. And to me, in this game today, he would have been a perfect. Actually, he would have been fine if you put him next to either like one of the Heaven or like put him. If he was next to Martinez, he would also been fine because it's a back 4, and he knows where the space is. And like you say, when they were trying to show people on the outside, in his mind, he's taught that defensive midfielder is going to be there to cover your blind side. Therefore, push the guy on the outside. And if you going outside to help, most of the time, fullback is going to come behind you because it means that fullback has been bypassed by a long ball and you're chasing down there. You're not trying to rush in because you try to delay, wait for that help. And when that help doesn't come, all of a sudden there's space behind you. And that's what happened with both Rogers' goal is that he should have got there faster because if that a fullback, get there faster. But as a center back, you say delay because your fullback is coming. But by the time Rogers turned, Dallo wasn't there. Ugarte wasn't there. The help wasn't there. And when they turned, he had a perfect chance. And all of a sudden, it looked like his mistake. I'm like, it's all 3 of them mistake.
Yeah, but it is all 3 of their mistakes, but Euro is the first one there. He's the first line of defense. He should have put his leg into Morgan and pushed him out of bounds. Foul him. You know what I mean? Like, push him out of bounds, but he gave him too much room, and Morgan's too good if you give him that kind of room.
Yeah, I agree with that. His was his mistake, but I felt the reason why he did that, he was thinking more like a center back than a fullback, which is go defend the space, and when you defend space, go get for him.
Yeah, and in this league, he doesn't have time to make that mistake. You have to think correctly from the first second. You can't in the EPL. You don't have a second to go. Oh, I should go. Too late. It's got to be instincts. Yeah. Toby, also, anything to wrap it up with?
Well, I guess let me just give Dogu is like all credit to Dogu, man. That man is improving, and it's really showing. His confidence is improving. The way he carries the ball is getting better, and the confidence to take responsibility on himself and take that shot and finish like that. Yeah, that was really good, and his first goal for United as well. Like that's impressive.
I think our manager learned something today, in that Dorgu and Delo are actually very good if they play on the same side. Obviously, when Ahmad comes back, Ahmad or Mbumo are going to take that role. But maybe we can move Dorgu and Delo to the other side.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but
I don't know. It's going to be curious.
Delo playing defense.
I don't.
Like, will it be center back, one of the center backs?
No, I mean, like, I don't know what's going to... If we're going to stick with the 4-2-3 after our boys come back, I don't know if Ahmad's going to play as a fullback then, or is he going to sit on the bench and Mbumo's going to play by himself and then Delo behind Mbumo? I don't know.
That would be a question more when Bruno come back, because I feel like with Bruno out, I think Ahmad would probably Cunha move in center and Ahmad would play on the other side.
Cunha move in the center and Ahmad play on the other side. What do you think, Toby?
Yeah.
I feel like we lose a lot when Ahmad plays in the center, and at the same time, personally, I think I would probably go back to the 3. What's the formation again?
The 3-4-3.
Probably go back to that because like Ahmad is just sharper on that wing, and with Ahmad and Mbumo, the chemistry between them, I think it's even much better than the chemistry between Dallo and Dogo, and both of them are such quality players. So I wouldn't bench Ahmad. No, there's no way I'm benching Ahmad.
Oh, my question is
better than you might not see the final. I'm sorry, you might not see like the finishing, But a lot of times, Ahmad is better than Mbemo in the team. It makes Mbemo look good.
Yeah, Ayun, go ahead.
So my question is like, you coach yourself, right? Sabik, you coach. So how hard is it
Not
for?
football, not football though. Just to be clear,
No,
not
as a
football.
coach
I
in
have
general, how
coached
hard it?
football, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying as a coach in general, how hard is it to try to convince your players who've been for the last 10 games struggling to keep a clean sheet, and the first time they switched to a different system without some of their
Oh,
best players and
oh,
keep a clean sheet and make that team that was supposed to embarrass them not even sniff a goal. How hard is it for you to then say, okay, we're going to revert back to the thing that we were doing before that wasn't yielding this same result?
yeah. Having two defensive midfielders out there, Ugarte and Casemiro, is going to be really hard to convince players that the right thing to do is to take one of them out and put another midfielder in, and take out another midfielder. I mean, yeah, that's a great point, Ayun. Wow, what a great point. Because if you don't have players who believe, I'm sorry, I'll let you talk in a second, Toby. If you don't have players who believe, because right now, you're right. They just had a, if we get another clean sheet next game and we play the same formation, it's going to be impossible to convince them to change again. After one game, maybe you can, but after two games, it's going to be impossible, right? Because now the whole team is going to go, this is what we should do. Put Ugarte and Casemiro together, and then put Bruno in front of them instead of Mason Mount, or Cunha in front of them instead of Mason Mount. Whoever. Instead of put Bruno in front of them instead of Cunha.
Yeah.
Whoever you want to sit down, right? But man, it's going to be a lot of tricky questions to answer when the boys come back from AFCON, because I don't know what happens to Ahmad, because I believe what Toby said. Ahmad makes Mbumo look good, and there's the last two games, Ahmad was better than Mbumo in the game. So I don't know. There's going to be a lot of tricky puzzle pieces to try and put together now. There's going to be a lot of tricky moving pieces, puzzle pieces to try and fit. Ayun, I'm actually, it's the most interesting thing about watching the next games is to find out where this goes. Right,
Yeah.
Toby? I know you were trying to say something. Go ahead.
I think you were trying to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said I do agree that it is a bit difficult to explain that, but one thing I would say, or what I would have said if I were the manager, is when you take a look at most of our matches previously, the teams we play against don't have a lot. They don't have high XG against us. They don't get a lot of chances. The first chance they tend to finish it. The second chance they tend to finish it. Um, from that, what would you call that space? The space at the right. Newcastle got a lot of chances from there. They did not finish it. So it's not a question of were they getting chances or not. They did get a few chances, but they couldn't finish it. So the question is, how then do you compare a Semenyo Bournemouth where he got the tiniest of space and puts it straight at the other at the corner, basically? Like that was literally like you have to be really good to be able to like score that kind of goal, because you have to be perfect. Or consider an Aston Villa where Euro just stepped up for a little bit and then we got Walden. They didn't get a lot of chances, but the few chances they had, they finished it. Newcastle today were not clinical. They didn't finish their chances. I remember though, I think it was Anthony Gordon, the one they played, that just went outside a little bit, and that ball very well could have gone in. So if the question is, yeah, we kept the clean sheet today, which is, yeah, kudos to everybody. But at the same time, they got the chances, and they got. I think maybe you can check this later and consider like compare the XG. Like what was Newcastle's XG today compared to the XG of other teams that played against us. So then we'll now be able to say whether they created less chances and it's better that we are like we have this formation, or they created more chances but they just couldn't finish their chances. I feel like that's what would decide it rather than just a
That
sole
that
match or a match or two where you're
that's
like, oh yeah, they didn't finish the chances.
that's completely fair when it comes to the coach's mindset. But Ayun is also right in that like the players' mindset don't think like that, right? Players don't think too much in data. They just think in results. We had a clean sheet. That's how players are going to think. But you're right, Toby, in that that's how coaches think, right? Coaches think, but what does the data say, right? Like you could have had a clean sheet, sure, but statistically, we had a better XGA playing a 3-4-3 than we had a 4-2-3-1, which is what I think we played today. That's what it felt like to me. But the players, like Ayun said, they're going to be like, they're not going to. Players aren't that deep. They're very like, good, bad. They're not. They're the gray area.
Yeah,
Players,
and
the way
also,
they contact.
also, I
Also-
disagree when it comes to like when you say that like Newcastle had chances because I watched that game. I was watching this game. I realized how many how many saves did Lamens actually made because all we remember from Lamens doing is claiming crosses. He did not actually have like make big save. Like for example against Bournemouth, a couple of chances that he save that he made would have been goals. We did not see Newcastle create a chance like that where he had to make saves like that. All they shot were speculative outside a box or the sailing or long crosses where he's grabbing them. So and or our defenders is blocking them. That's what I'm trying to say. Like the way defense was set up, they were comfortable. So it's not like they couldn't concede chances, but they were too comfortable in there. And I feel like we could still be playing right now. I don't think they would have conceded goals because on top of the spirit they were having, it would have been difficult for them to concede in that game. Case in point, we won 1-0, and we never not concede. That's the point I'm trying to say. We never not concede goals. And one time that he changed, we kept a clean sheet.
Toby, I'm gonna let you have the final say, and then I'm gonna wrap it up on this channel so that I want to go see what Footy with an Edge are talking about. Hopefully, you guys will join me over there. But go ahead, Toby. You have the final say.
All right, go ahead, Toby. You have the final say.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I can't argue against that until I see the data. So once we see the data, then we can conclude on how clean, how good the chances was. But to end on a good note, I wouldn't want us to end on this note. The fact of the matter is, we did keep a clean sheet and we did score
And
a
we
goal,
did
and
win.
it was a beautiful goal. So
We did
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
We did win.
Yeah.
Toby, that is 100% is that all this therapy that we were doing, at the ultimate goal of it is we won. Again, we should not have won. And we are happy with that. Consider we lost
Yes.
again, we should not have lost last one.
Yes, sir. Guys, happy holidays. Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. Thank you so much for being with me. You and Toby, thank you for calling in. I hope you guys keep calling in every time I do one of these shows. And I'm going to wrap up. Anybody who's still watching me, go to Footy with an Edge. Let's all go over there and rate him. I'm going to try to get on his channel too and see if I can get